things that you have to know how to work with. So, first you have to know that all circles have a center point, which is already there for you. That center point is where typically everything stems from in a circle. We're only going to worry about 3 to 4 things in a circle. There's a lot of other things like chords and things that we're not going to get to. You will eventually, but not right now. All right, so diameter. Diameter has to go through the center point. A chord is when it just hits like edge to edge. This would be a chord. Diameter has to go all the way through the center point. So it's any line segment from a point on the circle, any point on the circle, but it has to go through the center to another point on the circle. The main thing you need to remember is it has to go through the center. Everybody with me? So I'm going to draw mine in red. You don't have to. You draw whatever color you want. I'm literally just going to pick a point, go through the center, and then it's going to go to another point. It has to be a straight line. It has to be a straight line to make it the diameter. So this is diameter. Any questions about what the diameter actually is? It has to go straight through. You can't go like make a V. That's not the diameter. Diameter is a line segment, a straight line. A V would be 2 line segments. Yes. 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 We're going to get there. Other questions? Yes.
Technically, if you made a V, if you rotated it, if you made a V at the center, if you rotated it, wouldn't it be?
Talk about is a radius, where you can make a V with radius. But when we talk about plural radius, we say radii. So if you ever hear radii, that means more than one radius. So it's any line segment from the center of the circle to a point on the outside. So it's basically you don't have to connect 2 points. There are radii all through this. I'm going to make mine green, and I'm going to make mine dotted. You don't have to. But this is a radius. And 2 radius make a diameter. So if you put another radius over here, now you have a diameter. So you have radii can make a diameter. Radius are basically half of diameter. So diameter is 2 radiuses. Radius is half of diameter. That's how they relate to each other. Diameter is 2 radiuses. Radii is half of the diameter. Questions about that? Everybody good there? All right, circumference. Circumference is a fancy word for perimeter in circle world. Circumference is a fancy word for perimeter. So if I wanted the perimeter of a circle, I'm not going to say what's the perimeter, I'm going to say what's the circumference. And it's the distance around the outside of the circle. So all the way around the circle. All the way around the circle is circumference. All the way around. Questions about circumference? Yes, sir. That's what we're going to discover today. Other questions? All right. Next part, pretty common sense. If you have a highlighter, it'd be the best thing to use in this situation. Area. It is the amount of surface enclosed by the figure. So basically on a pizza, it's where all the toppings goes. So if you have a highlighter, I would just highlight the center of the area of your circle. The there's the area of your circle. Where all the toppings of a pizza would go is what I would call the area. And I just do lines, striped lines. There's no need to fill it all in. Area is where the toppings go on your pizza. On your pizza. Alright. Degrees in a circle. If you were to make a full circle in, let's say, ice skating, how many degrees did you turn? 360. It is a good rule of thumb to just know there is 360 degrees in a circle. So if you were to walk around the center of this circle, you would walk 360 degrees. That is really good to know, in case you don't. Questions about the vocabulary of a circle? Everybody good? All right. We are now how we can go from diameter to circumference. Because typically all we're going to be given on an item is either radius or diameter. And remember, diameter is just 2 radiuses. All right. Who has an idea of what's happening? Oh, I'm nervous that only 4 people. John Henry, what do you think is happening? Okay, but we don't know pi, so that doesn't work. Okay, so 5 times 3, but is it exactly 3? No. What were you all saying? 3 and a little bit. Some of you were like, it's 4. So we know we can take diameter and multiply between something between 3 and 4. Do you all agree? Did that work for almost every single one of yours unless you measured it incorrectly? Okay, so John Henry brings up a good point. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of pi. Raise your hand if you've ever even dealt with pi, like you've multiplied with pi, something like that. Probably not a lot of us. Okay, so this class, we're going to say pi is just 3.14. Nothing else. I know pi goes on forever. Pi is a number that never ends because there's no exact way to really measure circles because the circle is just on the way, so there's all those little bitty marks. So you guys are right. Circumference is just diameter times pi, or diameter times 3.14. It's also 2 times radius times pi, if you are given the radius. Those two mean the same exact thing. Put it down. Those things mean the same exact thing.